Spurs fans, what did we just see? Cristian Romero, our captain, with a 95th minute overhead kick to rescue a point at St James's Park. Newcastle 2, Tottenham 2, and honestly, that might be the most dramatic ending of our season so far. If you're buzzing like me, smash that like button and let's break down that absolute rollercoaster. Coming into this game, the pressure on Thomas Frank was huge. 3 straight defeats, Arsenal, PSG, Fulham, fans frustrated, questions about tactics, and then we go to a ground where we haven't won since 2021. Newcastle were flying out after smashing Everton 4-1. Spurs, we just needed something to stop the bleeding, and wow, we got it in the craziest way possible. First half, honestly, poor. Newcastle dominated, they pressed high, we went long every time. Brennan Johnson had one dangerous ball across goal. Lucas Bergvall tried a cheeky backheel flick that went over the bar, but 0 shots on target again in the first half. That's 4 league games in a row without a first half shot on target. Not good enough. Second half, Newcastle kept pushing. Joelinton hit the post. Vicario made 2 big saves. Danso cleared one off the line. Pressure was building and eventually told. Bruno Guimaraes came off the bench and smashed in a beauty from the edge of the box in the 71st minute. 1-0 Newcastle. At that point, I thought we were done. But then Romero steps up, 78th minute, Kudus whips in a brilliant cross and our captain dives in with a header past Ramsdale. 1-1. Scenes in the away end, but of course, Spurs being Spurs, we concede again. Bentancur gets tangled with Dan Burn at a corner. VAR sends the ref to the monitor and Anthony Gordon scores the penalty in the 86th minute. Absolute joke of a decision if you ask me. Happens every corner. Then the moment. 95th minute, last attack, Pedro Porro swings in a corner, Ramsdale punches weakly, ball drops and Romero, who was on the ground seconds earlier, gets up and somehow pulls off an overhead kick. It wasn't the cleanest, it came off his shin, but who cares? It trickled through a crowd and into the bottom corner. St James's Park silenced. Spurs fans got going absolutely mental. That's leadership, that's passion, that's why he's our captain. Here's the craziest part, those were only our 2 shots on target all game, both from Romero, our centre-back. XG, Newcastle 1.96, Spurs 0.79. Possession pretty even, but they had 19 shots to our 8. We're still struggling massively in attack, but this point ends a run of 3 straight defeats and keeps us 11th in the table, level with Newcastle on 19 points, still 5 points off the top 4. Frank said after the game he was proud of the fight but called the VAR penalty an absolute mistake. He knows the performance wasn't good enough and honestly I agree, we showed character but we can't keep relying on Romero to bail us out. Spurs fans, where does that rank among the craziest goals you've ever seen? And do you think this changes the mood around Thomas Frank? Drop your thoughts in the comments, smash that like button if you enjoyed the drama, subscribe for more Spurs content and I'll see you in the next one. Come on you Spurs.